Hey everybody, what is up? This is Devin LaVore coming at you from the table here. We got some stuff going on here I want to just share with you. But before I do that, yes, thank you so much for everyone who gives to us. And we thank you because we are support based. So if you would like to give to us, there is a Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal link below. And if you would like the P.O. box, just email me at this email address, and I will be glad to do that for you. I'm not going to put it in the description box because it's just, I don't want the whole world to know, what our P.O. box is. You know what I'm saying? But we really do appreciate all of you guys, and it really does come in handy for literally everything. Literally everything. This is from God giving to us. This is from God giving to us. I don't want to go any deeper, that's anyway. But but everything, God supplies, being on a journey like this. And so we just really thank you, and all of it is super important. Huge thank you. And so I wanted to share this really super cool thing that I saw this morning. My kids have like these little projects, these little arts and crafts projects that they do, and it's really a great way to utilize their minds, imagination and everything, right? Instead of just sitting in front of a TV. And so they have these things, which some of you probably already know. They're called melty beads, or they're also called perler beads. But they come, like, you get this little plate, right, on it. And sometimes it has different shapes like this. And then you can create stuff with it, You can create stuff like this. And then when you put them on this thing here, and you put some wax paper over it, and then you melt it together, and then once it cools down, it's like, that's for one of my little guys. And and then this is a creative thing. It's a drum set, actually, that my 7-year-old did. He might have even been 6 when he did that. I don't know. But then, you can do stuff like that. And it's all those little beads melted together. If it would come together. There it is. You see all those little beads melted together? Some of them are messed up. But anyway, and then stuff like this, right? And that all comes on these little things, right? And then the beads are literally this tiny. Look, it can't even get into the video. It's like, look how tiny that thing is. I can't even do it with the little background hand trick. They're super mega tiny, and they can get everywhere. I mean, they're tiny little. You see that little tiny little thing. Now, imagine your life in obedience to the Lord, right? And the Lord, let's say the Lord is asking you to move some of these things, but you are only half the size of this bead, right? And He's moving you on a plane like this. You can call this a plane of time and space, right? And on this plane of time and space, He's saying, hey, I want you to take some of these things. I want you to do this act of obedience for me. And I want you to take some of these things and go put them over here. And I want you to do like a row of 10 of them this way. And then I want you to take this different colored one, and I want you to set them up a row of 10 this way. And you're sitting there going, what? Because all you're seeing is this, I mean, think about it. If you're half the size of that thing, right? So basically, if it's like 10 feet tall and you're just like taking these things, you can move them, but it's like you have no idea. It seems after a period of time that God's just making you do all these things, and it has no real purpose or end to it. It has no meaning to it. It's like, what are you doing? I don't know. We're just moving these different colored barrels all over the place, and it's just like, I don't know what we're doing. It's like, what are we doing? I don't know. We're moving from house to house to hotel to hotel. Sometimes we stay there longer, sometimes we stay there shorter. Okay, and it's like I don't know what we're doing. It's like this is like what are we doing? It's like, but the bottom line is you know that it's the Lord telling you to do all this stuff, right? And it's like you only see from like this perspective. You know what I'm saying? You only see from this perspective. That's literally all you're seeing, whether it be black or red or yellow that day or that week. That's all you're seeing, right? But when you look at it from the top down, what are you looking at? You see? And so you may not see what's going on. You may not understand all the beads and what they're doing, and you may not understand what God's doing in your life and why he's having you do these different acts of obedience. And some of the acts of obedience he's asking you to do are radical and different and like stretching, and like, God, you're putting me in a position to where like you're gonna need to move, or else I've heard wrong, and me hearing wrong is gonna cost a lot. Oh my gosh, it's going to cost a lot. You know what I'm saying? But you're very sure it's the Lord. So you step out and you start working on this thing right here. Going back and forth and doing these different things. And it's like, you may not see only this, but God is about to take you up to a level where you see it from his perspective. And he's going to turn to you and show you what your obedience has been working on this whole time. And you're going to be amazed. He's going to take you up. And he's going to show you, this is what you've been doing. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh. And you are going to have such a heart of appreciation for every little melty bead of obedience that you performed, that you did. You're just going to be like, I would do it all over again. Let's do something new and different. What are we going to do now? You know what I'm saying? You would do it all over again, because on the plate of time and history and God's canvas called your life, he's doing this amazing, great thing, and you're ready to just continue to obey him and just see the glorious picture that he's painting in time and space and history through your life and your act of obedience, right? And so there's this one story where there's this kid. I don't know if I'm going to mess the story up, but you'll get the idea. And there's this kid. He's in a house fire, and he somehow managed to get out of his bedroom and somehow the window in his bedroom and get on the roof, because maybe the hallway or something like that was too blocked up, right? And he can hear sirens and people talking and yelling and all this stuff going on, and he's on the roof. But the problem is the fire's coming out and the smoke is coming up, and it's creating this big, thick kind of wall for the kid, and the kid can't see. But he hears his dad's voice. He hears the voice of his father. And the voice of his father is saying, hey, jump. I need you to jump. And he's thinking, jump? No, that's a far way down. He's like, no, trust me, just jump. And the boy says, but I can't see you. I can't see you. And the father's response is, it's okay. I can see you. I can see you. That wasn't even planned. Look at that. That's an I. I wasn't even planning that one. Anyway, I can see you. And so the boy jumped, and he jumped through the smoke. And when he got through the smoke, it was like, oh, I can see my dad. Boom. And it all happened very, very quickly. But there he was, just like he said. There he was, just like he said. There was your promise, just like he said it was going to be there. There was everything he spoke to you so long ago, and when you got to it and you got through the smoke and the difficulty of time and space, you received every single thing the Lord said. You see? And so sometimes you're going through all the stuff that you're going through, and you're going, God, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. Why is this happening? What's happening? You want me to do what now? What does that have to do with my current problem? It doesn't even seem to be addressing nothing. What? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we doing? I don't understand what we're doing. And it's like, that's okay, Lord, but if you don't, it's like, hey, go out and cast your nets for a catch in the middle of the day. It's like, what? That's crazy. No one does that. But you know what? Lord, because you say so, and then look what happened. See, so our obedience to the Lord over a period of time and space is painting a great picture. Look at Abraham's life. Such a great picture of faith and how the Father is traversing through time and space to get to a place where he can redeem the whole world through the sacrifice of his own Son, and that we can walk in that kind of faith. Look at that. His whole life was a prophetic word to history, you know? And so I just wanted you guys to be encouraged by that. I saw that today and I thought, wow, that's the video for today, isn't it? You know? And so I just pray that blessed you. And I pray that you would know that your life in the Lord is never in vain. Any act of obedience, any trying. Sometimes we try and we fail, but a lot of times we try and we succeed. But we don't always see the fruit of our success. That was my phone going off. And so I just pray that that blessed you guys, and you would just be greatly encouraged that nothing is wasted in the Lord, and that not only that, but you will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And so that's it. And so until next video, just know the Lord sees you even if you can't see him. Amen.